What is up, guys? And in this video I'll be talking about update 5 and why it hasn't been released yet. So update 5 is the next update that's coming after update 4, of course, and basically I have no idea what it's gonna add. Supposedly it was gonna add I've got Mochi. I believe there was a sneak peek of Mochi back in the back like around that time when it was hype, when GPO was still hype, before Deep Woken was released. So basically I want to talk about why it hasn't been uploaded, as in why hasn't update 5 been released yet, and why does it take so long for the updates to release. Those two topics I'm going to talk about here. So basically, starting off, we have to explain the cycle of GPO updates. So basically GPO updates take around 4 to 5 months to release between updates, depending on if let's say the developer Fuyu actually is, studying, or whatever he has, if he has any problems like in real life or stuff like that. So around 4 months. So what we expect if an update takes 4 months is we expect a lot of islands, and we expect a lot of mobs and bosses and new mechanics and stuff like that. If you're gonna take basically almost half a year to make an update, which is ridiculous amount of time, by the way, for the amount of added. Like in update 4 they added, I believe, the second sea, which was a big thing, right? That's why update 4 was such a great thing, right? It was such an amazing thing, and they added so much, except they should have added more because of the time they took. As much as this was, they could have added more if they worked better. I believe update 5 will be the same, where it will not be as much as we expect, and it will actually be very, very little. Maybe they'll add 3 islands or 4 to the Signal Sea. And maybe they'll add 2 bosses or something, or 3, which if you're gonna take like almost half a year to make an update, you probably have to add a lot more, to keep the expectations of the general player. And considering the game relies on grinding to keep its player base playing for revenue, they should actually add at least a better way to grind rather than just mindlessly farming mobs. And you can say that that it's just how the game is, and that's just how it's been forever, and it's gonna be that way. But to be honest, most people are opting out of GPO because they found a much better game, which is Deep Woken, and it's a lot more fun because the stakes in it, there is so much more in it than GPO, where it's just basically a grind fest. You just keep hitting mobs until you're level 425, and the mobs basically don't change that much, except if they're bosses, where then they have like certain mechanics you have that way. But most mobs behave the same, except they do more damage, and those are mainly trash mobs, like bandits to like gingerbread men that are in the video right now. One thing I like though is this 4.9. they would added like Krampus, and this interesting way to like put like what do you call it, like these gingerbread stuff into these presents into the Santa cart and sleigh or whatever to get to Krampus. That was pretty cool. I wish they added a way like that to every boss that they have, instead of just keeping them in like a cave or in like a small place and just them standing there just for no reason. It'd be like cool if like every boss had their own way, like you had to do something before getting to them, which would be a lot more interesting, and people will actually enjoy it more than just go to this area and kill the boss and then move on. Like it's kind of like also I do like the grind, as much as I say that it might sound negative, but I do enjoy the grind of GPO, if only they did it in a better way. Now as for update 5, they have taken almost 4 months, and update 4.9 was released a month ago, so I hope they release update 5 soon. If they don't, that's just you know, that's just what we expect, right? So that's all for the video. Peace out.